Today's cocktail is the wine slush. The wine slush is formulated in a couple of different ways. One, you can make ice cubes out of any particular flavor of wine you like and blend them in a blender. Or, and my personal favorite, is to use frozen fruit and add wine to the blender until you hit a consistency that's sippable through a straw. And one of the things about the wine slushy is that it's very versatile. Because of the wide variety of wines available and the wide variety of fruits, you can make pretty much any flavor combination you want. And in fact, if you're having a social, you can do a couple of different sets. You can, if you have more than one blender, then you can get a red wine going in one place and a white wine going in another. You can use rosés, champagne, whatever you like. There's a lot of variation here, and it's open to the point that I'm not really even going to try to put down a recipe. We'll just say wine and frozen fruit, or frozen wine, whichever works for you. Again, like most frozen drinks, this works really well in the summertime. If you're in a social engagement, cookout, barbecue, wedding reception, anything like that where you're going to be outside in the heat, a nice frozen drink is a lovely luxury to have. And wine watered down with a little bit of frozen fruit means that nobody should get super blitzed. If they do, they've done something wrong. You should get a brain freeze before you get fall over drunk. But I never put anything past anybody. That said, we here at Cocktails and Crankshafts, we like for you to drink responsibly. So, as always, if you're of age and you have the opportunity to try any of the wide variety of wine-based slush drinks, by all means, please go ahead and do so. I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself. Thanks. Okay, today we're going to talk about my 2001 Autocross season. Here, this is a little disclaimer about the fact that I was shooting on standard definition video back in the day, and even though I've upconverted it to 1080, it obviously is not going to be of high quality, and there's not a lot I can do about that. Sorry. Okay, first event's Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Interesting thing about Rocky Mount, this is an old abandoned airport or retired airport within the city of Rocky Mount that was used for a football field for many years and then was converted into a sports complex. And the football field remains, but the rest of the runway that we used to autocross on is long gone. So I did a little map here overlaying where the runway used to be in the area that we used to autocross on. And now we'll switch to some live video with my friend Sophia narrating, and this is period video. And you'll hear a couple of different voices on the tape here. You'll hear my friend Sophia handling the camera at some points, and also standing next to her is my buddy Big T. And Big T was on my still camera, and that's his voice you hear in the background saying things like go faster, step on the gas, etc., etc.
You're in the corner.
So that's the old Hardee's building in Rocky Mount there across Highway 301, and here I come around the corner through the slalom, 180 here, and another slalom. This seems much faster when you're in the car, and the final 90-degree turn across the line. And that's that old school bus that Tar Heel Sports Car Club used to have. I don't think they have that anymore, but for a while, that's what they ran all the timing equipment and stored the cones and everything, and it actually worked out pretty well. And as you can hear, it's a windy day with the wind messing with the microphone. I didn't know about wind socks back then. Off the line, quick slalom. Through the gate, past the entry of the football field, around to the back parking lot where we can see past the corner here maybe. There I am. Another slalom back there. Back through the gate, and now they'll launch the second car. Meanwhile, I'm on the north part of the course, I guess. Northwest. And through the 180 again. Another slalom here. And 90-degree right-hand turn, and done. And I think there's one more run here. Yep, there is. And I'm pretty sure I did 4 runs that day, but for whatever reason, there's only 3 of them on tape. These videotapes are a full 20 years old at this point, so, or not 20, 19 years, I guess.
Is he?
And the bleeps are more about her saying there's some cussing, but most of the bleeps are to hide people's given names. As we know, I don't use real names on this channel. Or I don't use real names of non-public people. So, Tar Heel Sports Car Club, Rocky Mount, North Carolina, March 10, 2001, second place. Moving on, we're now at the Lawrence Joel Coliseum, March 18, 2001, with the Triad Sports Car Club. Lawrence Joel is the concert and basketball venue. It's the home court of the Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
Alright, do this. I'm not sure about this course, but she looks good from here. And we're on street tires, and we're taking that all into account. But everybody's flying through it pretty quick, doesn't look too bad. I don't know, we're looking pretty slow in the corners, and I apologize for all the people. Yeah, baby, we gotta get off the street tires here real quick, okay? I don't know, not bad, not bad. Not bad for street tires at all. Okay, we're gonna do this again. Bad street tires or good street tires here. We're in this for the points, right? This isn't so much a big deal. Of course, you know we're always more competitive on race tires, but they're on hold right now. We lost one of our stickers, but we're gonna find it eventually before the race is over here. We're slippery on the back end, and we know that.
And this is going to cut off here in a second. But the good news is, despite what you see here, I ended up first place that event. So, Triad Sports Car Club, March 18, 2001, Lawrence Joel Coliseum, first place. And now we're at NASA, Virginia. We are at the former Cloverleaf Mall on Midlothian Turnpike, whatever it's called. Cloverleaf Mall no longer exists. It was closed in 2008 and torn down 2013, 2011, something like that.
Okay, we're on the line. We're a little pissy today because we can't get our tires on with the pretty blue paint due to a stud that we had replaced in November. It's kind of cold, kind of damp, kind of dreary. We did something to something that's got a leak in the engine, but it's not seeming to pose such a big problem, just make a lot of noise. But we're still going to have a good day, regardless. The police are out here racing in an automatic Mustang, which is a no-no for so there will be no racing in the automatic Mustang for the kid. Other than that, we're going to have a little fun here today. Breaking in all the cameras. We're not sure how we're going to do this yet, but we're going to figure it out. Course is pretty steep. Pretty easy, pretty steep. Kind of scares us both a little bit. And yeah, we're kind of slow on this course. It's a little deep. And we're over the hill and we can see nothing now. Just sounds pretty from here. Hopefully we'll get to the top of the key here. There's the police just checking us out. Yeah, we're not sure about all this. We're gonna have to position ourselves better. We're glad this is a no points event. Here we go. And you know that no matter where I stand, there's always something in my way. There's going to be a big hole in the middle of this film, just so you know. And people, obviously. We suck on street tires. I just thought I'd let you know that. Much better footage this time, though. We'll be getting fringe fixed when we get home, right? Yay! Doesn't look bad from here. And you can't tell me that car isn't any louder than it normally is.
So that's going to conclude my day at Richmond because the remaining runs she used the still camera. But as I mentioned, I did come in first place. So that's NASA, Virginia, March 31st, 2001, Cloverleaf Mall, Richmond, Virginia, first place. And unfortunately, this Laurinburg event does not have any video because Sophia was not able to travel with me. This is Laurinburg Maxton Airport. It was a glider training base during World War II, and then it was a service airport where they fly airplanes. Basically, the airplanes go there to be disassembled and sold for parts. Lots of concrete out there, so it's a really good place to autocross. This particular event, I came in second place, and that's pretty much all I had to say about that without having any video to watch. Now, the important thing here is that there's a time jump from April to September. What happened between April and September? Well, I bought a house, and consequently I was broke. And we're back at the Lawrence Joel Coliseum for this. It's a slightly different course, same parking lot, different course. So yeah, I bought my first house that year, and it really interrupted my autocross schedule. Not only from a cash point of view, money simply wasn't available, but also time. I bought an older house, and it needed renovations is not the right word, but it needed paint. Hardwood floors needed refinishing, and little maintenance items like that I kind of forewent to get a lower price on a house, and that worked. But it left me with no weekend time to play with my car, so I took May, June, July, and August off. And then I came back in September. So my ability to win the season championship was gone, missing that many events. But I was really happy with myself because I did the grown-up thing, which was buy a place to live and stop living in apartments. And my house also had a garage, a detached garage, and plenty of space, which is ultimately how I ended up building this car into my track vehicle. because I had the space to park the car, rebuild the engine, install suspension components, etc., etc. Really, that car jump-started me towards my track day and HPDE career later on. This last event is at the Dixie Classic Fairgrounds, which is actually adjacent to the Lawrence Joel Coliseum. They're basically the same physical chunk of land, but it's a different asphalt surface, to put it mildly. Even though they're essentially in the same block, if you would. And this is a late season event in November. I don't know why I skipped the October event. I can't tell you. It's not coming to me, but this is a November event, and my friend May actually filmed this one, and she doesn't do any commentary. You won't really hear her talking, but she's standing in the grandstand and filming me as I make my runs here. And this would be the midway and ride area of the fair when the fair is in town. And this event, I think I've got one more run coming up here. This is the pivot cone. I was doing a little handbrake turn there with the pivot cone. Apologize for the shaky cam. I love May, she's a good friend, but she's not the greatest camera woman on earth. I'm going to get in trouble for saying that. So this is the final run of my 2001 season. As you can see, it's starting to get dark. And because it is November, and even though it's North Carolina, 5 o'clock in November, the sun starts to get low on the horizon. Turn up to the pivot cone. Pivot cone is optional clockwise or counterclockwise. Yeah, you can see I've got my lights on. That's how you know it's going. Right, offset. Right hand turn. And there was some controversy there because I swear that I was in second place according to the time that I thought I had, and then somebody said I hit a cone and I didn't see any cones down. So the trophy says third place, so I guess I'll have to assume that I got third place. But that's my 2001 Autocross season. So second place, first place, second place, third place. But I mean, I only did 6 events. And the previous year, I think I did 12 or 14. So, and I did 6 events spread across 3 different clubs. So you can imagine how there's no way you can win a championship like that. Thank you for watching Cocktails and Crankshafts. Please like, share, and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell icon. And we'll see you soon.